Hello there everyone and welcome to the Rosero Network. I am Rich Walker and with me today is Dean Abdu.
Hello everybody.
Hi Dean, this is Darksiders 3 everyone. We are looking at two different builds of the game here, which is a little bit of a change of pace and kind of unusual, but we were given two builds to play and two builds we did play because they were entirely different sections. So this is the first build, this is an earlier build of the game. Not quite as polished as the second build you're going to see, but it gives you a flavour, a bit of a look at how the game has changed a bit. It's taken a more sort of Dark Soulsy approach, which is obviously, you know, quite popular these days. This is obviously the third game, which may not have happened had it not been for THQ Nordic coming along and rescuing it. Gunfire Games are developing this one. They're a team comprised of mostly Darksiders team members, so it's essentially the same developer for all intents and purposes. And Vulgrim's back. He's a familiar character. He's still in it as a merchant. You pick up souls as ever, you feed him the souls, you get an attribute point which you can then use to upgrade your abilities, or you can purchase items from him using the souls if you like. But I just fed them all to him, so I've got none left. But you can sell these things you find in exchange for souls. So
nice.
Yes.
And this was the older build.
This was the older build, yeah. So the camera was a bit erratic in this build, and her dodge move, Fury's dodge move, wasn't quite as effective or as responsive. So there's been a lot of work since this build to kind of tighten things up, and we'll show you that towards the end of this video. So stick with it, and that you can see some bosses as well and stuff, and a few little kind of light puzzly elements. But yeah, it's very much kind of Darksiders in terms of obviously the look, the style. Obviously the narrative is ongoing. You know, you'll recognise the art style and so on. It's very in keeping with the rest of the series.
Very Darksiders-esque.
Of course. But yeah, like I say, it's now kind of very Dark Soulsy in that basically when you die, all the monsters respawn. You're sent back to the previous checkpoint, wherever that is. They're fairly, you know, spaced apart quite far. Yeah, and you have to return to where you died to collect any souls you've dropped. So it's very Dark Souls in that respect. There's these beetles, you feed them stuff, their arse grows and becomes explosive, and you chuck it at those barriers and you can get through. And you've got these little first-person tunnel sections which are quite nice.
Yeah. Got
these little leafy, flowery bits.
I mean, aesthetically, it looks very nice, even considering that this is an older build. It looks pretty good. Like, I mean, I edited this together so I know what the newer build looks like, and the newer build does look better, but still. Well,
from a visual standpoint, that wasn't the problem really with this earlier build. It is purely kind of the combat mechanics just didn't feel as nice, and the camera, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's I don't know that you get as much of a sense of it as I did playing it, obviously, but the camera was not great. Yeah, it's been rectified in the new build, it's a lot better. The lock-on as well isn't perfect. Yeah, there's still some possible room for improvement before the game comes out in November. But, you know, if builds are changing constantly, you know, from this build to the newer build we played, the Gamescom build, I should hasten to add, it's the build that will be at Gamescom. Such a marked improvement, you know, it's improving all the time, so that's cool. So here Fury is with her Watcher, and this is Wrath. He's kind of a mini-boss. There's that previous mini-boss as well, that kind of giant beetle thing that fires little acidic beetles at you.
Lovely.
That's that wasn't a particularly hard sort of mini-boss, but this guy, he's a bit more hardcore.
He's actually got a boss meter at the bottom.
He's the Molten Lord. So yeah, and he's a bit of a git. But if you use your dodge effectively, I learned at this point that if you dodge and follow it up with an attack, you do a kind of really cool sort of forward spin, which is really, really good. So yeah, Fury's got those sort of counter attacks in her arsenal, and this whip is really cool. I felt like it should have a little bit more reach on it, but there's that forward flip you can see. But yeah, the closest touchstone for that weapon obviously is like Ivy from Soul Calibur. That's what it reminds me of. This bit now is Fury being granted the Flame Hollow. You might have seen this before. It's one of 4 hollows that will be in the game. I'm guessing the other ones will probably be elemental. I bet they'll be like ice, earth, lightning or something, I imagine. But this one's a flame hollow. And it gives her a transformation, so she's got this flamey kind of head look. She also has this awesome charge attack.
She looks Super Saiyan.
So it kind of, it sort of spews fireballs and it sort of ground pounds at the same time. And she also gets this new traversal technique, which I'll show you in a bit. I like this, being able to swing over these chasms as well, by the way.
Nice.
That's cool, never gets old. What else does she have with her flame hollow? She can walk through lava, but that fireball kind of jump is very useful.
Who's this bastard?
Obviously the charge attack, it's good. I want to see what the other hollows do though, I'm curious.
So you didn't get a chance to see any of the other hollows?
They've only revealed this flame one so far.
Okay.
But yeah, she's a mage, Fury, so these are obviously abilities that are unique to her as a mage. She plays very differently to Wrath and Death. Here you go, here's another sort of little kind of puzzly type thing. Not really a puzzle, but you get my drift.
I get your drift.
So it is a way of opening doors. Obviously you can't open that door without that flame hollow jump. Yeah. But the cool thing is, I went and did a little bit of research, and Joe Madureira, if that's how you pronounce his name, he mapped out all these characters back before Wrath of War came out.
Wow.
And they've really kept true to her style. So what that means for Strife in the next game, is cool. He's gonna have his pistols and stuff, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, Fury looks awesome. She plays really cool as well. She's kind of
walking through
lava. I
lava.
sort of hesitate to say it a bit. Bayonetta, these are the sort of
I can
influences, but
see that.
the sort of flip, and in the new build, the Gamescom build that you can see in a bit, there's kind of a slow motion kind of effect that you get when you time a dodge properly. So that's quite cool.
And this wasn't you, right? This
was Josh from Video Gamer Playing. So I'm not being held accountable for this death here. Although I did die a fair amount.
Here's the death
on my own. So there you go.
Good job, Josh.
But yeah, this is the new Gamescom build. So her hair maybe looks a bit nicer as well?
You can see it's been tightened up a bit, right? Visually wise, it's just like
a bit more flowy.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is obviously set in New York, the whole thing. So that last bit was the New York kind of subway system in its post-apocalyptic kind of destroyed state. This is obviously the streets. You still got New York taxis and stuff. At one point you can see the Empire State Building, which is quite cool. I don't know if you'll see that in this, but we did see it. But yeah, you're fighting mostly kind of skeleton type monster demons and stuff here.
They look like fun.
But yeah, it's cool. Kind of this overgrown, kind of post-apocalyptic environment. It's quite pleasant. Did you play the other Darksiders? Did you?
I played the first one, or I played the beginning of the first one and then never went back to it.
Oh.
But I've been meaning to. I mean, I liked the beginning of the first one, which I played. Yeah. And I liked the look of this. And I don't know if we've seen it properly, but I said when editing this footage that the dodging aspect of it looks so satisfying. Like, it looks really worthwhile. In this build especially, it's a lot better than it was in that previous build.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher, I think, than the previous two. I mean, the previous two games weren't exactly easy by any stretch, but this one, adopting that, Dark Souls kind of formula, ups the ante in terms of difficulty, I think.
Anyway, I think we're about to, there we go. That kind of dodge is cool. It's just so nice. Yeah. Feels like you really earned that dodge. Good job.
Yeah, right. It's all timing based. This isn't me again, though. This is Dan playing. So it's that first section where I was playing.
And Dan doing the Gamescom build, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So it takes a little bit to kind of get to grips with the combat. Initially, it's kind of one button, because when you don't have that hollow, you don't have access to the Y or triangle button attacks, the charged attacks. So you are just mashing square or X, basically, and dodging and stuff with right bumper, locking on with the left trigger. I'd have preferred the dodge to be on the right trigger, I think, or on maybe like a face button. I don't know. It feels a little bit weird because you're locking on with the left trigger, but then you're kind of off kilter with the right bumper. Right. It's a little minor gripe, but yeah.
put a little bit of a personal preference kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you'd get used to it, obviously.
I mean, who
Every
knows?
game's different.
Maybe you can button map. Oh, you can button map, right, with the Xbox.
I don't... Oh, well, yeah, you can in any game, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
But whether there's an in-game button mapping thing, I don't know.
Je ne sais pas.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing you could have left this guy alone. But no,
But he went and bothered
decided
him.
to wake him up anyway.
It's a bit rude.
He's like sort of Goro, isn't he, from Mortal Kombat with his 4 arms?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. Kinda.
Goro on roids.
With a weird old tongue thing.
Yeah. But like I say, that dodge is so much more responsive in this build. It's great. I mean, if that improvement is made from build to build by November, what's it going to be like when it comes out in November? Hopefully,
knows?
even slicker, even more polished than this.
Look at this guy throwing his daggers at you like he thinks he can.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there you go. That is a look at Darksiders 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot when it comes out. So
Yeah.
nice.
Well, that is out November 27th this year, I believe, for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC, and I think possibly Nintendo Switch. Yeah, so look forward to that, folks. But yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.